This video contains graphic scenes of amateur tanking, explicit use of auto-aim, terrible driving, and general bad tanking practices are prevalent in this footage. Tankers of a sensitive nature who take this game too seriously should not watch this video. You have been warned. Come on chaps, we can do this. I'm on my way. Chocks away. Tally ho. Just let me get a shot in. Just let me get a shot in. Oh, not to worry. Can I? Oh bollocks! He hasn't seen me. He doesn't know I'm here. Oh, I know I'm small, but he didn't have a clue. It'd just be nice to get a kill in this game. Yeah. Oh, that could have panned out so differently. Yeah, hello. I'm RetroJules. Well, I'm still playing the Vanguard. In fact, I'm going to start this with an apology. The Vanguard is the only tank I'm playing at the moment, so you're probably going to get quite a lot of footage because I'm absolutely embracing the silly game and I'm really enjoying it. I've played a few of the other slow tanks and yeah, they're okay, but this tank is putting such a huge smile on my face. I've even put a flag on it because it's a stupid tank, and having a flag flapping around on a silly little lawnmower racing around the map is hilarious. You can take this game too seriously and say, you know, Retro, it's a really tactical game, come on. And most of the time I'm trying to be a benefit to my team, but this tank is at the moment just hitting the funny bone. When it goes wrong, it's hilarious. When it goes right, it's amazing. And I'm just going to keep playing. So this is what's been happening in my Vanguard. So do you remember this game? I featured this in my New Year video, my amazing tank for 2020. And it was a failed start of a game. And I kind of blamed it a little bit on the track traverse, the rotation speed of this tank, which isn't as good as the T100 or the Walker Bulldog, but it's not bad. But on boggy ground, or if your tracks get hit, it does not turn well. It does steer in a big circle, and I kind of cocked it up and it all went a bit wrong, and as you probably remember, it didn't end well. In fact, that's how it ended. And that was that. Well, Digital Man, in response on YouTube, said, very nice, GG, thank you mate, appreciate that. But on Live Oaks, turn left. And I just sent him a little message saying, oh, now you tell me, a bit late. And do you know what? I thought to myself, hang on, I always go that way if I'm playing that side of the map. And I always do a right turn. I always have done. Why have I never turned left? So with those words ringing in my ears, next time turn left. We're on the same map. It's still raining. We're only a tier down. The tiering's quite nice in this, and this is almost exactly the same as the previous game. Same start point, but this time I'm not going to go up on the hill and turn right. I'm going to do what Digital Man said, and I'm going to turn left. How much difference is it really going to make to the game? Well, firstly, I may stay alive. Get a few spots in, and of course you can go down to this dip, disappear, up and over into the next dip and disappear. 4 spots, still alive. We can stop the game there. It's already a better game than the previous game. Job done. Okay, we'll carry on because I'm still alive. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, see, I'm trying to zigzag here. And on boggy ground, this tank does not zigzag that well when you're trying to run away. On hard ground, it is better, but soft ground like this, it's actually quite a lot of work to zigzag. And as a result, I quite often get hit when I'm running off. So over to the east flank to see if I can do any spotting and support my team over there, because we have got loads of guys going into the city. We've got that covered. Falcon T92. Does anybody have a Falcon T92? I nearly bought one of those. I thought, is that another funny little American tank? Is it a little bit like the Vanguard or not? Please let me know if it's a tank I may like. Right. This is a little bit brazen at this stage because I don't know what's at the back of the map, but I'm just going to go in because I want to get the light tanks out again because oh, dreadful. Come on, one more. That was a half-cocked aim shot, but it went in. I generally find that the worst tanks I can come up against in this aren't that new Russian object. They're not the big E100s. It's other Vanguards and other tiny little tanks because they are really hard to hit. And I am not a good shot. My New Year video was subtitled, "This tank was made for me." And all these years I've been trying to improve my tanking and adapt my tanking to the tanks that I play, when all along, all I had to do was wait for the tank that plays how I play. It lets me race around like a complete idiot using auto aim. And if I don't read the map well, or I get myself into a stupid situation, it lets me get out of that situation. This tank really was made for me, and all I had to do was wait for it. Right, saw the arty shot from the back. Can I get... oh, somebody's going to get a shot in. I might have to snap this. Yeah, you see. Okay, it didn't go in, but if I didn't snap it, I wasn't going to get the shot anyway. It was worth a go. Don't get the arty kill. Sad face. The enemy are in the town at the northwest. So they are going to push down the 1 and 2 line. Tank destroyer right in the middle of the bog, the marsh. I will do some spotting. Get myself in a bush. Bush, retro, that's that fluffy thing in front of you. No, alright, stay out in the open then. Well, that's a good use of concealment, isn't it, mate? Come on, use the bush, retro. Come on. Well, it doesn't really matter because they're outside of my detection zone. They are not going to see me. They might only see me if I fire, so I'm safe anyway. Maybe that's what I was thinking at the time. Who knows? Oh, it's such a painful reload. Does about 220 damage per shot, so generally when you're going in for a kill, you need your enemy to be about 600 or under, and hope that you roll fairly high. Right, that's it. Aim, aim, aim. Miss! Oh, you took your time on that shot too. Just thought the tank destroyer might have crawled forward there, and right, well, because we're capping, the enemy have obviously turned round and they're going to come and defend the cap. So I need to get out of view range. I need to get out of their way. I do not want to be spotted. I am still on full health with 10 assisted damage, 6 damage ribbons, 2 critical, 1 tank kill, and 8 tanks spotted. Half the team. I would say so far that's pretty damn effective. If you wanted to be more effective, Retro, you could get behind that damn bush. Tracking shot. Another shot on the side. Another tracking. Yeah, no, that bounced. Okay, never mind. Nice though, behind a bush. Nicely concealed. Those tanks cannot see me fire. And that's the joy of this tank. You can be invisible. Well, they're really pushing the cap. With 2 tanks down. They've got quite a strong team looking at that top line. They've got a lot of heavies. Here comes the auto aim king. Line it up. Nice shot in. Oh, that derp's in the ground. Don't take this. Don't take the... You see, look, if you're going to auto aim, Retro, you do it when they're travelling away from you in a straight line. If they're travelling across you and you auto aim, your shot is only going to land where they were, not where they are. Come on, man. One thing using auto aim, but you've got to use it correctly. And reloading, staying on the move, and I am not going to aim at the front of a T-54 because it is going to bounce. And as it happens, I didn't have to worry about that. Thank you guys, appreciate that. Right, the enemy are pushing the west flank. I need to go across this bog, marsh. Oh, what do you call it in America? In South, is it a bayou? Is that right? Is that where you got like the French colonies that live and they wear dungarees and they eat crocodile and humans and they procreate within their own families? Is that right? Is that what a bayou is? Do let me know in the comments. I've watched a lot of films. Well, I say I've watched a lot of films. I've watched Southern Comfort. Love that film. Anyway, back to business. We've turned this game around. We're a tank up. I'm still on full health. All I've got to do is keep these guys spotted. Do not want to be on the end of that T-92's gun. Stay down in the dips. I'm not going to do anything silly. I called it T-92, didn't I? Sorry, T-95. T-92 was that little American tank. Nice shot. Oh, a little auto aim in the tank destroyer. And get out. Just keep them spotted and let the team do the rest. T-95 sat in the cap. He's going to sit there facing our guys thinking, you can't touch me. Well, I'm going to sweep in. Now, I'm not sure where the heavy is. There he is, he's down in that dip. Auto aim on, as ever. Oh, that didn't go anywhere. That did. One more shot in the back, get right behind. Oh, that was dreadful. Of course, it's got double tracks. I wasn't squared up to the engine. I could have finished that game with killing that T-95. But look at my tank. The length of my tank isn't even the width of that T-95. It's such a tiny tank. Well, Digital Man, that game was for you. How much difference does it make turning left? It made a hell of a difference. I really enjoyed that game. 164,000 silver, lovely, 6,000 XP, just over 5,000 combined damage, a first class mastery, a mark of excellence, came second. That was alright. I'm going to turn left from now on. Why did I ever turn right? It's never worked. Ever. Well, we're nicely tiered this time. Tiering isn't going to matter. We find ourselves on the Great Wall. The Great Wall, which is just basically, well, it's one of the older maps, isn't it? And I used to really enjoy the Great Wall, but you really realise, compared to some of the newer open maps, it's all corridors. And I think, going into the new generation, if wheeled vehicles ever make it to our version of the game, you can't have maps like this. Surely this map would not work with wheeled vehicles, where you have to literally do a 3-point turn to turn around. Anyway, I'm going to get myself nice and central, sit still, binos on, and wait. And I'm already thinking to myself, actually, I should be facing the other way so I can escape if I'm spotted by going forward rather than reversing, because the reverse is slow, as it is on most tanks. And I'm thinking, yeah, I'll back up and I get away with it and... Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, hang on. Oh. Oh, no. Oh. Bollocks. I'm stuck. I am completely stuck. And I don't even know if anybody can help me out of this. And what are the chances of anybody knowing that I'm stuck? Oh, well, this is going to be game over. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. This is going to be game over then, isn't it? Oh, that could have helped. No, he's pinning me down. Well, we'll just sit here and die. I mean, look at the size of it compared to a Walker Bulldog. It makes a Walker Bulldog look like an E100. This tank, oh, it's just, I told you it makes me laugh. It is tiny, tiny, tiny. And, oh, hang on. Surely, you got to get the kill shot in, mate. How can you go and not get the kill shot? I've survived. Oh, put yourself together, man. What's the matter with you? How the hell did I get away with that? That Walker Bulldog must be spitting blood right now and thinking, I could have just got that kill in. Well, this would seem to be an ideal opportunity to talk about this tank. As you've probably realised, I like it quite a bit. It's got limitations. Its engine is tiny, 160 horsepower, compared to something like the LTTB, for example. That's around, well, I'm just bringing some stats up in front of me now, actually. Let's have a look at the engine size. So, yeah, this tank's got a 160 horsepower engine. The LTTB is 770. And even the 12T Batchat at Tier 8 has got a 400 horsepower engine. It is a lawnmower with a gun on it. Slightly limiting gun elevation. Sometimes you have to jostle around a little bit. The depression is brilliant. Because of the engine size, the acceleration is slow. You have to allow for that. Boggy ground, turning, trying to zigzag isn't as effective because your engine just doesn't seem to have the oomph. You can get this tank up to speed, but it doesn't seem to have the oomph to really try and negotiate turns and navigate through the map. And I end up crashing all the time because I just can't quite corner it properly. But it's a brilliant little auto loader. Its camo value is probably second to none. It's amazing. You can hide. There are, I guess the power is the limitation to this tank, because actually its gun is quite effective, 220 damage per shot. So tier 8 hasn't got great penetration, especially when you're up against tier 10s. But on the silver, it makes 50% more, 10% on the XP. So if you wanted to, this could be your pay-to-win tank, and you know, you could load it up with premium ammo if you wanted to. Well, I survived, and I have no idea how I survived that game. Well, I just sat there, stuck for a whole game. How did I do? Well, it did alright on silver. Didn't do bad on XP either. Brought in a little bit of assisted damage, and how did I do overall? I didn't even come bottom. Even a tier 9 medium came underneath me. So, Retro, have you left the best game to last? Oh, do you know what? This was so very nearly a brilliant game and an epic save. And there are two main reasons why it wasn't. So, spoilers. First reason was the fact that actually I could have played better at the beginning of the game and saved my health. And had I saved my health at the beginning of the game and not been a bit reckless, that would have made a massive difference. And also, there was a tiny little bit of bad luck at the end too. So, going to do some spotting. One major fault with me in this tank, I can hide so well, and I need to learn to hide, highlight the enemy for our team, and not fire. And it's something I can never resist. I'm sitting there with a really itchy trigger finger with some really soft side shots on tanks, and I have to resist not taking them because it reveals my location and I lose my HP, and that can cost the game, as you will see. There's two major downfalls I'm finding with this tank. Obviously all tanks have got their strengths and their weaknesses. I find the shell velocity is a little bit on the sluggish side, and I'm not always leading my shots well enough and allowing for that. And secondly, along with the acceleration being a little bit slow to get going, as soon as you hit something, the tank almost stops. Whether it's a tree, a stone wall, a rather large grass leaf, this tank almost comes to a standstill really easily. And when you're running away in a bit of a panic, you really have to make sure you don't hit anything. So I'm in a nice central position on the map. AMX Chaffee, nice shot in. Oh, and an ammo rack. Wait. Nice. That was worth waiting for. Patience. Trouble is, of course, I lost nearly half my health by stupidly trying to take a nice soft shot on a tank. And this early on in the game wouldn't have been much of a benefit to the team. I should have just stayed there, concealed, and being a nice passive spotter. So, big mistake. Binos on. Chrysler. Oh, nice shot in. Yeah, so you've got to lead the shots better. 238, that was a high roll. Backing up, staying well out of view range. Oh, this is really retro. Do you want to go across this bridge? Oh, steady. You really think you can keep it in a straight line? This bridge is unforgiving if you go over the sides. Little bit nervous. Oh, well done. It was never in doubt, was it? Whew, that's over with. Trouble is, you're going to go in for the Chrysler, aren't you? And there's a medium down below. And what I wasn't expecting was the Chrysler to be able to turn round so effectively and keep its front towards me. Well, I didn't take the shot, but yeah, see, that medium was down here. And now I'm on 330 health. And how did that not take any health away? No idea what that did. Did it hit my cannon? No, my cannon's alright. I must have just hit the mantle. If I've got a mantle. I'm not sure what I've got on this tank. It all feels like it's made of plastic. I think this tank was made by Flymo. Or Qualcast, maybe. Right, let's go around again. So, now I'm on, 300 health. I've really, in this game, I gave my health away stupidly. Revealing my location at the beginning by taking an unnecessary shot because I couldn't resist, and then trying to help take that Chrysler out, and, that medium was down there waiting for me. And I'm hard to hit, but there's some good people out there who are good shots. Right. Well, here we go. Shot in, zigzag. Okay, don't zigzag then, but you see, it just... Yeah, well, my driver's knackered, so it's not going to zigzag at all now. Right. Fix the driver, please. Retro, driver. Thank you. So, all the enemy are all over on the northeast. So my plan is, our guys seem to be happy to sort of protect the cap. And I'm thinking, well, the TDs are going to be there with the binos on, they're going to spot them first. I plan to come in from behind. I think I'm going to be quick enough. And while I'm reloading, I kind of go the long way round. There they are at the top. Of course, they're now going downhill. They are going to accelerate, and I should have taken a slightly straighter line to their location, but didn't want to get spotted. didn't want to get hit because on 115 health, I'm a one-shot, obviously. 3 of us against 4 of them. I'm not going to cap because they've got a light tank. And if I cap, I'm not going to cap because they've got a light tank. So if I cap, the light tank's got time to get to me. And I'm a one-shot. It's like, no, sorry, I'm not going to cap this game. It's not going to work. No, it's not going to work. I don't think capping is going to work unless my guys can stop the light tank getting through. Oh, just missed my chance. And this is where I should have been up on this hill a little bit quicker with the backs of those tanks rolling down the hill. Now we're down to 2. The tank destroyers are gone. It's me and the medium. And the enemy are capping. No, go for... That's the one. Take the gun out the game. Nicely done. And, yep, see, I have learnt with this tank. Don't reverse out of trouble. Accelerate forwards out of trouble. It's quicker and safer. So, heart's going now. It's 2 against 2. The medium is a long way away. I want to try and take advantage of my view range. I do not want to get spotted. If I get spotted, it's just going to take a snapshot, a good shot, a lucky auto aim, and I'm toast. Could reload Retro. Yeah, you see, yeah, you might have been able to use that shell, but I'd reload now if I were you. Yeah, that's it. Back up. Make sure nobody sees you. Get the reload done. Binos on. So just let the medium know that I cannot fire. Light tanks coming in. 8 seconds left. The WZ is a couple of hits for me to take it out. But that atomic has just been hit by our medium. That atomic is a problem because neither of them are capping. I am not going to go racing down there while there are 2 tanks because they will take me out. Right, the WZ is capping. Nice shot in. That WZ should be a one-shot for me now on a half-decent roll. There's the atomic. Well, we're whittling them down. The counter is ticking down. The medium's coming in. I'm on a reload. Keeping my distance. Can the medium help me out? No. It got rammed, I think. And it's me. Come on, Retro. You can do this. You're playing this really well at the minute. You're using your view range. You're not getting detected. There's the atomic. Nice shot. It's 1-on-1. I have got 2 shells. I haven't really got time for a reload. If I roll high, I can take the WZ out and win the game for the team. I'm going to have to sweep in with auto aim. I've got no choice. And shot in, but it's not enough. And it didn't show, but that WZ is on 9 health. I so nearly had it. The second shell bounced. My driving's letting me down. And accelerate, accelerate. Don't go through the wall. It'll slow you down. And oh, don't hit the tree. Oh, no. No. Ah, that could have been the clutch game. And had I had more time, I would have moved to the left and tried to get some side shots on the WZ that was using the building for cover. But I didn't have the time. Had I gone in with 3 shells loaded, I'd have stood a better chance. I was really lucky with the low roll. I could and probably should have had that tank on the first shot. but I didn't. But for me, had I not lost my health at the very start of the game, very, very early on, then I could have won that game for our team. In amongst the really rubbish games, actually, I'm being relatively consistent, and I'm probably having more successful games in this tank than perhaps any other tank that I've played back to back. There are probably a few factors that contribute to this. One, that it's a tier 8 tank, so quite often I am in lower tier games, but I have been doing quite well up against tier 10. Also, I'm really, really enjoying the tank, and I think for whatever reason, this tank just suits me. So I'm going to keep at it, and my Batchat crew really are training up quite nicely. Well, you'll be glad to know that I am getting better in this tank, and some of the games I've had are more victorious, should we say, and that is what I'll save for the next video. Really hope you enjoyed the gameplay, hope you enjoyed the Vanguard. Keep safe, keep tanking, and I'll see you soon.